Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the McGonagall Boxing Podcast. It's good to be back on all platforms, ready to rock again. It's been a while, so from now on it's full steam ahead. So I want to start by talking about obviously the huge fight week. Joshua Usyk 2 is going down in Saudi Arabia, as we know. There's been lots of changes in the Joshua camp. Rob McCracken's gone. Robert Garcia's in. With Usyk, there's obviously been lots of changes as well in his personal life. You know, the war going on with Russia at the moment in Ukraine. He's had to make many changes and sacrifices. His friends and family, of course, are under that bombardment at the moment. You have to worry whether that's going to affect him or is it going to inspire him. So so many factors to think about here, isn't there, at play? I want to break it down. Joshua looks bigger. There's no question. He looks bigger, muscular, stronger for this fight. So clearly, Garcia's come up with a plan. Okay, listen, we can't outbox this guy. We're going to outbully him. We're going to muscle him. We're going to hurt this guy. We're going to hurt him early. So I think that's Joshua's plan. I think he's going to try and put Usyk under pressure, a bit like Chisora did. I think, that's going to be his game plan. Use his physical size. And I think he'll be looking to try and stop Usyk early. Can he do that? Of course he can do that. There's no question. Joshua's got the power to stop any heavyweight in the world if he lands clean. The problem I've got with him is I think since the Ruiz fight, Joshua is mentally flawed. And I mean that in that he's almost gun shy. I think he's so worried now about what's going to come back at him that he doesn't let his hands go with the same ferocity, the same confidence, the undeniable confidence that he did pre-Ruiz. If you watch him in his fights against Klitschko, if you watch against Dillian White, he was fearless in many ways. He'd go straight at you and he wouldn't worry about the things coming back. Since then, he's been hesitant. He's been sort of caught in between am I a boxer? Am I a boxer-puncher? Am I a brawler? And that really, I believe, was signified heavily against Pulev, where you could see he started off, I thought, wow, this is really good. This is Joshua of old, aggressive. And then he sort of tired, and then he went back to tentative, and almost got out-jabbed by Pulev for a few rounds. I'm thinking, this guy's got like a 6-inch deficiency against you and a 4-inch height deficiency, and you're being out-jabbed by him. He'd been outboxed, and then, of course, he finally went back to being aggressive and got the job done. But you could see that was a microcosm of how Joshua is post-Ruiz. He gets caught in between styles, and that's exactly what happened in the Usyk fight. The first fight, he didn't know if to box him, to hit him, to counter-box him, and he tried to be a counter-puncher in the end. And it just didn't work out at all. So, I think, Garcia will certainly get his tactics right with Joshua. He'll certainly say, listen, this is how you're going to beat Usyk. There's no other way of beating him. You need to put it on him. Obviously, educate pressure. I think what will happen is I think Joshua will try and come forward and try and set traps. He'll probably feint with the right hand and try and catch Usyk with the uppercut. I think he's looking for the uppercut. And obviously, if he connects, he can do a world of damage. However, I think people are being completely disrespectful to Usyk when they say, oh, Joshua's going to get it right this time. He's bigger. He's going to put it on him. He's going to stop him. Usyk's a bloody good fighter. I mean, if you watch him in the cruiserweights, and I have closely, he's made really good fighters, really aggressive fighters look stupid. Bradis, Gassiev, these fighters are world-class fighters. Admittedly, they haven't got the size of Joshua, but they've certainly got the speed, the power, the aggression, and he just tied him up in knots. I mean, he tied Bellew up in knots. He tied Gassiev in knots. He tied Bradis up in knots. He tied Huck into knots. Hunter outboxed his head off. I mean, these guys are world-class fighters. These guys don't come to tickle you. These guys come to hurt you. Gassiev comes to hurt people. And Usyk dealt with him. And let's be honest, after round 1 or 2, he sort of played with Chisora, didn't he, really? I mean, he had Chisora out, and he kind of could have stopped him, then he took his foot off the gas, even allowing Chisora to win the last 2 rounds. But he sort of toyed with Chisora, I believe. And I just think he's so quick. He's so good. And as long as he's on the ball, Usyk's going to see everything Joshua has to come. The only shot that I think can get him, a bit like Klitschko's uppercut, I think he fight when Joshua's at his best and fearless, he throws that so quickly, so wildly, and beautifully after I ran right, that could catch Usyk. But besides that, I just think it's going to be similar to the first fight. I just think Usyk, as we all know anyway, is a superior boxer, but he's so clever. His speed, and I actually think he's going to stop Joshua this time. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. For British boxing, Joshua's been a fantastic ambassador, and he's been a brilliant fighter, and he's been a pay-per-view star. But I just think Joshua's going to put it on him. He's going to try and hurt him early, and he might have success in a few rounds. He might win a few rounds of that, but I think he's going to tire. I think he's going to gas out, and I think when he does gas out, then he's in a world of trouble. I think after round 5 or 6, Usyk starts dominating, and I think it's going to end a bit like he did with Bellew. I really do. I think Joshua's going to be exhausted. I think Usyk's going to start timing him, catching him more and more, and I think he's going to stop Joshua. I think Joshua could slump on the ropes, exhausted, around 8 or 9. I really do. And I think, and I hope it's not, but it might be the end of Anthony Joshua on Saturday night. If he wins this fight, that is phenomenal. That's almost iconic status. That's up there, with the greats. Muhammad Ali, regained it 3 times. Joshua regained it 3 times. That'd be iconic. And he's certainly got the power. If Usyk takes his eye off the ball, Joshua's certainly got the power. He's got a 30% chance of winning this fight. But I just can't see it. I think that's how it's going to play out. I think Usyk's too elusive. He adapts too well. I think Joshua's too one-dimensional. I think Usyk can be on the back foot, the front foot. He can counter-punch. He can be the aggressor. I think he sees punches coming. He starts to time you. He starts figuring you out. If he's switched on early, as long as he's switched on and survives that early bombardment, which is coming for Joshua, I think Usyk will stop him and regain his title. I want you guys to let me know what you guys think. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere, 40,000. I think it's going to be split, to be honest with you. I think there's going to be a lot of Usyk fans, especially what he's going through with these people right now, and I think that's going to inspire him, I really do, to bring success to his home country. And I think obviously Joshua's popular in Saudi Arabia, especially after his Ruiz victory in the rematch, and that might be a good omen for him, but I just think Usyk's a different level to Ruiz, and I cannot see Joshua winning this fight. Alright guys, let me know what you think. I'm out. I'll catch you soon. Alright.